Good evening, students. Students, can you all hear me?
Yes, madam. Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, teacher.
Yes, madam. Good evening.
Okay. So, as Dr. Nalin mentioned earlier, so we are having this session specially conducted to give you a small introduction about Scratch to see why most of this, because we have learned that most of the students have not started Scratch. Hello, can you all hear me?
Now we can, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So, as we learned that there are many students who have not started doing the Scratch course. So we have started, we thought we'll have this session to start the Scratch, working with this Scratch environment.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Hello? So
Okay, now we can hear.
So what is Scratch? So now this is a coding language with a very simple visual interface. It allows you to create, digital stories, games, animations, likewise. So now, as you all know, I think most of you all may have heard that Scratch was developed at MIT Labs, right? So now, why are we going to start with Scratch? Is that we want you all to be very familiar with programming languages, right? Because you are going to do BSE course. So using Scratch, you can get your head around what programming is, what components, building blocks. So those things we can get an idea, right? Now, when I talk about structured programming concepts, now as Dr. Nalin mentioned, I'm conducting a course called Software Engineering Concept, EX3467, for the first year students. So here, under structured programming concepts, we learn about three concepts, very important three concepts: sequence, selection, and repetition. Now, in today's session, using Scratch, I will teach you all how to use these, like how these concepts, sequence, selection, repetition, structured programming concepts are used in Scratch. Okay, but remember this. Now, this is like using building blocks. We are going to build a software. But here what you have to remember is this is only, actually, this is a very simple building blocks programming language. So this is actually taught for kids. So when you get the idea about this, you have to start learning about other high-level languages. So which you will learn actually starting from EX3467, that is Software Engineering Concepts and Programming. So
Excuse me, ma'am.
Actually do C programming, yes?
Sorry to disturb you, but you are not having the video. Is it okay? I mean, we can't see anything. We can only hear you speak.
Yeah, I don't have a video. Right?
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So when you learn high-level programming languages like C, C#, C++, Java, you will learn the concepts behind that, right? And those textual programming languages are what you are actually have to learn in this nowadays in the industry, because those programming languages are used very heavily, right? So you need to learn those things, but this is just for a start. Okay, as a start, you can learn this, and it will help, it will motivate you to learn other programming languages. Okay, so now I will start sharing my screen. So as most of you all have not most, some of you all have not started. So first, I would recommend you all to do this activities with me, along with me. And then if you come across any issues, you may excuse and ask any question. Okay? Are we okay with that?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Just give me a few minutes. So here we have Scratch, and then so you need to visit this website, right? This is from scratch.mit.edu. And here, on the right-hand side of the web page, you can see sign in and join Scratch. If you already got an account, then you may enter your username and password here, right? Like I have an account, so I can simply click on sign in, enter the username and the password and sign in. Okay, but for y'all, you can click on this join Scratch if you all do not have a Scratch account. So here you need to have the username and create your own password. Now remember, when creating a username, I mean, this is a fun programming language, so you can give any name you want, right? Whatever you wish, right? And then create a password here, something that, of course, that you will remember. So whatever password, you don't the password. And then type the password again and move to the next. Okay, it says you should be 6 letters. Okay, so you can select the country. So you can give the year and month you were born, right? And then details. And then give your email address. This is because the details, in order to keep your account active, sometimes you may get messages from the Scratch. And then you can click on the create your account button. So the ones who do not have a Scratch account, please create this account right now and we'll start the work. Okay, I'll give you all 2 minutes for this. The ones who do not have a Scratch account, please create the Scratch account right now so that I can proceed ahead with the work. Are we okay with it?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, should we join Scratch or sign in to that?
Sorry?
Should we join Scratch or sign in to that?
If you do not have a Scratch account, you have to go for join, right? But if
Okay.
you already got a Scratch account, then you can go for sign in. So the ones who do not have an account, please go for join in and enter. Miss Ahele,
Yes, Dr. Rukshima.
Ahele, now I got a message saying that for me to explain in Sinhala, but I think step by step we don't have to explain, because then you will also have to explain in Tamil, right?
Yes.
So I don't think that is necessary, because anyway, everything that you're going to study here will be taught in English, right? So try to see, because this is just a practical, very practical thing. We can have breakout rooms later. And
Yes.
then if you have an issue, you can raise. So is there any student who didn't understand what I mentioned earlier? Anyone? You may send a direct message to me. So username is something that you will have to remember. See, now in Scratch, there may be many people who are using the software. So you have to, now the software should, when you try to log in, that system should identify you, right? So what you need to do is give a unique identity. Name, username, anything that you wish. Maybe your name, if you like, your mother's name, whatever, that you think that you will remember. Username and a password, and register. When you all are done with it, as I can remember, Dr. Nalin mentioned that there are 70 odd students who have not registered. So can you all please indicate to me, raising your hand, that you have already registered? The ones who were not registered earlier, I'm talking about the students who were not registered earlier. And now if you are okay with it, please raise your hand. Yes.
email account email address එකට OUS එකේ දුන්න එකද
Yeah, whatever
දෙන්නේ?
email, that is okay. Whatever that you have access to.
Okay, ma'am.
Who said not to raise your hands? We are doing an awareness session here. If there is anyone who doesn't want to participate, you may please leave this session. If anyone doesn't want to learn, we are not forcing anyone to learn. I want to know the feedback, because I want to continue with it. I want to repeat and show how to get registered. Whoever who said that, I don't know why y'all are doing it. I'm very disappointed. If that is the attitude you have. The question that I asked is, did you all register? No, you don't have to use your real name. Do not use your real name. You may use a different name. It's just a username so that you will remember. Now for your email address, you don't use your real name, right? You don't have to do it. Use something that you can remember.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I registered, but I didn't get an email, ma'am.
Then you may have not given the correct email address. Students who got registered, did you all get an email? Others?
Yes, ma'am. I get
Yes,
an
ma'am.
email.
No, madam.
Or else, can
Yes,
you please
ma'am, I
check
did.
your spam mail?
Yeah, maybe you might have it in spam. Or else you have not given your correct email address. Okay, so I can see most of you all are replying. Yeah, okay. So if you have registered, shall we all, the ones who already have the account, please. Very good. I can see 78 hands up, 79 hands up, indicating that you registered today. Thank you for that. So now what you can do is, we will all log into Scratch, and I want to tell you this. This session is for students who do not have an idea of how to start with Scratch. So if you're interested and if you like to learn and if you like to spend some time in learning, please stay. Otherwise, you may leave. I hope that you got the message.
So, Rukshima.
Yes. Dr. Nalin, I'm so sorry to tell you, there was some students saying not to raise hands and that they will get questions. So that's why I said if they don't want to stay here, they may leave.
No, what mean there were students who said what?
This one student was saying like not to raise hands, because then I will ask what's the question that I asked.
So that is something wrong with that particular student?
Yeah, so that's what I said.
Other students should please
please stay. Yes, it's a very interesting session. It's going to be a very
so the
interesting
important thing is, even if you have started the Scratch course, please, now that you are here, please stay in this session. You may be able to help somebody else, especially once you go to the breakout rooms.
Yeah.
Please continue, Dr. Rukshima.
Okay, so as I mentioned, now I hope that you all have logged into the system. Let's start creating a small Scratch program. First, I will actually, before going for a project, well, I'm going to just explain to you all about the interface that we have right now. So my username is BSE_teacher1, right? So that now I'm logged into this system, and
can we Rukshima,
yeah.
can we, I didn't ask that in the poll.
Yeah.
Can the 75 students,
yes,
who have the 75 students who have not started, have they not even created an account?
Dr. Nalin, what I actually asked them, I asked them to register now, and I got
Okay,
response.
fine.
74 responded that they have already registered. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they registered, I think. Yes. Okay. So are there any student who didn't have an account and still is unable to create an account? Any student here? Okay, right. So good. So now we'll start with this. Now, actually this create, you can see in the top left corner, it has Scratch and create, explore ideas about, right? So leisurely, you can go through all these things, right? But I just wanted to tell you that create is to create a Scratch project. So when you click the button that you can create a project, you can say creating project. This is the interface we are going to work with. Okay. then explore. Now, I think I forgot to mention y'all that unlike other programming languages like C, C#, C++, Java, Scratch is a community-based software platform. Here, now let's say if I create a project today and I would like y'all to check on my project, I can put it to the explore section, and when y'all join, y'all can see my project. Now, actually, I have not published any of my projects yet, but see, we'll look at this. This Rocket Sky 1.3 project is from, I don't know how to pronounce this name, Debility Caps or someone. And there is another project from EXPWY. It's something Chinese, so I don't understand, but this is one other project, right? So someone's project. So if you like, you can explore it. So I'm just going to go and see the rocket one. So it's loading. We'll see what the project is. So you need to click on this. Okay. So yeah, there are different projects like this. So you may explore when you have time, okay? So I'll move quickly to the other areas. These are ideas. So there are tutorials. You can go through this, getting started, how to get started, how to make music, create a story. There are different, see, different help forums given to you all. So these are tutorials. You can go through them. Okay. And this is about Scratch, about the Scratch Foundation and some other details about the Scratch community. And now here, now if you're also logged in, you may see that under this user, you have the profile and my stuff. So when I go to my stuff, right, and when you all go to my stuff, you will see all the projects that you all have created. See, I have very few projects. So you also will see after you create your projects. Okay. Okay, so let's get started with create. Are we all okay up now? If you all have any issue, please excuse me and ask, and I can explain to you. You may raise your hand.
Rukshima, yeah. So when they raise their hand, you're going to ask them, is it?
Yeah, if they, yeah, no,
Yeah,
we
so there
will,
are
because
47
that is
students,
otherwise.
don't
Now
think
you,
that-
no, those 43 are indicating that they have got registered. The
fine,
students
fine.
who are,
Yeah.
the students, thank you
might,
so much, you
want
may
to-
now.
It might
Yeah.
be more efficient, Rukshima, to get them to, unless they really don't want to write, it would be more efficient to get them to type into the chat.
All right, okay, then you may type in the chat. But getting so many messages. It's okay. Right.
Rukshima, I'll read the messages, you carry on.
Okay, okay. Dr. Nalin, thank you. So now here, this is the Scratch environment, right? First, you can see, we'll start from the right side, okay? Now here, you see a cat, right? Now this is a sprite. In Scratch, any object that we use is known as sprite. So, sprite are objects, and these objects, if you want to add more objects, you may click on this, you can choose a sprite. Okay. So here there are lots of objects, or we call them sprites, right? In Scratch. So you can add them to your environment and we can work with it, right? So I added a parrot, right? So here, these are like all are, well, if you can click all the sprites will come. If you want to just go for music, click on this section and you will see related sprites. Okay. So right now here, then we can get different backdrops. So these backdrops are like a background. So when you click on that, you may get different like backgrounds. So in Scratch, we call them backdrops. So the backdrop, select whatever backdrop you may like, right? Please do it with me and see whether you can get these things properly. Okay. Okay. Then, so this is where we actually place our objects and backdrop. So this is like the canvas. Then we'll move to the left side. The left side, here we have different sections: motion, looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, my blocks. I'm going to explain one by one. Don't worry. Okay. So this is about, okay, these are the blocks. As I mentioned earlier, there are blocks, building blocks. So we use these blocks to build the programs. Okay. So these, when we are working with these sprites, we can change costumes and sounds, which I will come to it in a few minutes time. Okay. So then, where are we going to code? The middle place. This is the place where we are going to code. Now, let's say we want to code for the cat sprite one, right? So I select that, and then you can see here, it's changed, right? Earlier we had the bell because I selected the bell. If I want to code it for the parrot, it will come here. Okay. So this is this middle section is where we are going to drag and drop these blocks and start doing the project. Okay. So if you want, you can have like maximize this canvas size or leave it like this. Okay. Right. So I'm going to start with I'm going to change this backdrop and going to explain you how to handle sprites. First, we'll start with sprites. Okay. Right. So I'm going to remove these two sprites and just get the cat here. Right. Now, cat, sprite. Now, if you want label, you can label it, right? So I'm going to label it as cat and then change the size of this one. See, if I make it around 20, it will be very small, right? I can make it about 200 as well. So make it very big. Try to do these things with me, okay? And if you come across any issue, put it to the chat. Then now direction. So I guess we all know about XY coordinates, right? So this is the X coordinate and Y coordinate. sorry, x-axis and y-axis. So now when you want to place the cat, let's say this position, right? You need to change the x coordinate value as well as the y coordinate value, right? Or you want to move it to another place, then change the x coordinate and y coordinate value. That is by changing the coordinate values, or else you can just ignore that these two boxes, but you can change it by, like, you just drag it. So I hope that you all know how to drag. If not, what you have to do is get the mouse, click on the cat, and then by clicking, I mean clicking on the left mouse button if you are using the mouse, then drag it. So you can see that x and y values keep on changing when you change the position of the sprite. So this is common to any sprite, right? It doesn't have to be a cat. You can get any sprite you like. Okay, then direction. Now, see, I hope you all can remember this, that see, the cat is facing 90 degrees. Let's say I want the cat to face this. So this is 180, right? And this is 360. Okay, so it's like 0. So by here, like entering the value, you can change the direction of the sprite. Okay. So got something. Yeah. So then we can move to the backdrops. I think there's nothing much to talk about backdrops. You may select any backdrop you wish according to your likeness and your mood, right? So now we'll talk about sprite costumes. So if we have the cat and then I go for costumes. So when you click on this costume, you can see the sprite, it's changed, right? Well, let's get another sprite here. So now I'm going to change the costume of this. See, the costume means not what the person is wearing, right? It is the posture, right? It's different now here in this case, right? So that's about the sprite costume. You can change it. You can change the colors, right? Like this, if you wish. That is also possible. So these are like you can brush and you can flip, see, flip vertical as well. So you can change how it appears. The look, you can change the look. So the look in how the look that you get, we call it costumes in Scratch. Now I want to do a small, I'll just change this to 100. Okay. Let's start with these blocks now. So I'll start with motion. Now motion blocks are like for moving, like move, turn, or like let's say the cat we want to change the cat's position to a different place, then we need to use these motion blocks, right? Okay, first, let's say we want the cat to move 30 steps forward. So what we have to do is we have to get this block to this programming space. Okay, so now move 10 steps. But when you click this, right, you can see you click on the block, the cat moves, but not this person, right? Because here you can see cat, we are programming the cat. So now every time, do we have to click on this block? No. What we have to do is we have to come up with we call these events. Come up with an event that will trigger the cat to move. Now, how are you going to get that? So there are different ways that we can activate this or trigger this cat to move. Now, one way is, so these are events, right? Events. One way is to get this. When the flag is clicked, move 10 steps. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is, now when I click on this one, anyway, it will move, right? But without that, when this flag is clicked, so let's see, I'm going to click on the flag and it moves, right? So let's change this to around 50 so that it will move further. Yeah. So you can see it moves to the right side. Okay. Now, that is when this flag is clicked. So then after that, let's say I want to have like this. Okay. Let's say that I don't want this block. So what am I going to do? Am I going to just leave it here? No, this environment is very easy to use. What you can do is just click on it and leave it to this whatever the blocks. So it will just disappear, right? Okay. So then turn, I'm going to get this one, turn to 90 degrees, right? Okay. So let's get it. I just want to show you how this cat will behave now. See, it moved 50 steps and turned 90 degrees, right? Okay, so see, right now this is about so these are two simple blocks, motion blocks, and the event is when this flag is clicked. But there are other events also, like let's say some other events. When the space bar is pressed, when the space key is pressed, there are other keys also. See, up arrow, down arrow, right arrow. There are other keys as well. So what I'm going to do is, of course, now we can't, you can't see whether I'm pressing the space button, but that's what I'm going to do. So now you can see in the programming area, we have only when space bar is pressed, or when the space bar is pressed. So I'm going to press the space bar. So if you notice, you can see that the cat moved 50 steps forward and turned 90 degrees. Okay, are we okay up to now?
Yes, madam. Okay.
Okay. Now, let's try to see. Let's try to use some other blocks. Okay. Right. Something interesting is right. Now this control. Okay, before I move to control, I want to tell you this. Now, up to now, I mentioned about structured programming concepts earlier. So this is like just going for the sequence to step by step, move to the next step likewise. But in structured programming concept, we have selection and repetition. Okay, so let's see how we can include them. First, I will go with if. So if a condition, then something will happen, right? Let's build a so we can have, for here you have to put some condition. I'll explain this one, okay? I'll first show you how it is working. Okay. So, to the color, let me change the color to yeah. So here, I'll explain what I did right now. Okay. So I wanted to, so now I just did a small programming block for this cat, build a small block. So here I'm saying, okay, when the space bar is pressed, move 50 steps. Okay. Then if touching the edge, so you can see this left edge, right? If touching the edge, turn 90 degrees, else move 50 steps. So now I just took this one closer to show you all how this is working. So just press the space bar. So because it touched the edge, it turned to 90 degrees. Okay. Let's get this one. So I'm going to press the space bar again. Now it didn't turn. Now Why is that? It's because of this if condition. So here it says, if touching the edge, then you turn 90 degrees. So the if not, what to do is not given here. It's just move to 50 steps, right? But if it is touching the edge only, it will turn. Okay. So let's, I'm going to press the space bar again. It didn't touch the edge, so it didn't actually turn, right? Now, because it touched now, it moved. It actually, sorry, turned. Okay. So, are you all also trying with me? Anyone got any issue in trying these motion blocks and even control blocks? Okay, let's start. Let's move to the next section then. So now I'm going to get a different sprite, two different sprites and another background. I want to change this dragon's names. It's not clear, right? Okay, so we have a dragon here, and then sprite. Okay. Now I'm going to use this different block that is sensing, right? So here, let's take for the dragon, right? Okay. The event is when the flag is clicked. I want this to start. The motion, we'll get it for move 20 steps. Sensing. So sensing is like this, like what I did earlier, when the edge is touched or whatever that, like it's need to be sensed, right? So if it's touching a color, if the distance to the some place is, we can give just, okay, 5 coordinates, then what to happen? Like let's get this block and see, then it is easier for you all to understand. I'll get yeah. Okay, see, if touching the frog, right? Without the edge, I'll say if touching the frog. So if I add more sprites here, you'll see when I get the dragon, it comes, see, if touching the beetle will also come, right? So we are going to do a small project now after I explain this. Then I'm going to use these blocks. That's why I want you all to try this now. So if touching the, let's change it to from. Okay. Then what we want to do? I want it to say hello. Okay. 10 seconds. Let's see whether this will work. Okay. So I'm going to click on this. So it didn't touch the frog, so nothing happened. It's not touching the frog. Okay, it touched the frog and it said hello. Can all of you try to do this and see whether you can get it? You don't have to use the same sprites. You can use different sprites. Okay, anyone trying this? May I know whether y'all are trying this? Y'all are working on it? Can you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so try to see whether you also get this say. Yes, good, right. So I'll give 2 minutes. Please try this type of using this type of a control structure. So remember, this is selection structure. Okay, that's why you're using if. And after you complete this, can you put a message saying done? So that I know that you all have tried, that you all tried this and you were successful. Good. I got 3 responses. Okay, good, right. Okay, now I think I forgot a very important thing. We need to save our work, right? Especially these days we have power cuts and anyway software, when we are working with softwares, it is a must that after about 10 minutes of work, not 10 minutes, before that also we need to save our work. Somehow, remember, I completely forgot. So let's give a name, okay? So I'm going to just give name like intro 2023. This is the name that I want to give this for this project. So fine, okay, there's a name. Now I want to save this, right? Okay, before that, okay, before first we'll save this one. File. So you can save to your computer, right? So I will just try. I hope you can see there is a, see, these are the scratch your workspace, or you can go to file and save in the Scratch itself. So now it's saved. What you all can do is go to your My Stuff section, right? And see whether you can see this new project. See, Intro 2023. Okay. Now, if you wish, you may delete it, or you can go and see inside the project. Okay. So I'm going to go to the project again because I want to continue with this, right? See, now, see inside is when you want to see the codes, the blocks and all, but here, this is the project. Now, as I mentioned, you can publish this, right? So before you publish, if you want to give any instructions on how to use this project, you can type it here. And any credits you want to give. That means if you used another person's work and you are continuing with it, as you know, you have to give credit to that person, whoever who did it before you, right? So as I told you, it's Scratch is a community-based software platform. It is possible for you to use those shared ones, already published ones. You can use them, but give the due credit to the person, the person who worked on this before. Okay, let's go inside first and see. Continue with this. Okay. Now, so we know what we have under motion blocks, right? So you please try these things, right? And then looks is like you can move. This is also a very good block. You can move to next costume. I'm going to do start another project now after this, right? Because now this is just to introduce you to the environment and all. Now we'll start a small project. So when we are doing it, we'll use this next costume. Sound, yeah, we can give sounds, right? Shall we try this? I'm going to put play sound magic spell until done. Let's see whether we can get it. And I'm going to move this for 100 steps. And sorry, just get it for 10 steps. And did you hear the sound? I heard it from my computer. Did you all hear? I'm not quite sure about it. You can try this, add it and see whether you hear it. No, right? Yeah, I can hear it from my computer. But you all can add this block and see whether it's working. It worked for me. Can anyone try and put the chat that it's done, the sound. Yeah, good. All right, so it's working, right? Then events, of course, it's like this. Now it doesn't always have to be. You may think, okay, it's just are we going to have just one block? No, we can have many blocks, right? So see, when you click on this button, right? Sorry, this one, the flag. Okay, the dragon will move 10 steps and whatever will happen here like this, right? So, but let's say when the space bar is pressed, I want something else to happen to the dragon. I want something else to work here. Okay, so this is for the dragon, but when the space bar is pressed, let's change. Okay, this is a good one. We'll move the next costume. Okay, now, so when I click on the flag, it will move. So this, I hope that you notice that it is activated. When it is activated, you get this yellow color highlight. It gets highlighted in yellow. Now I'm going to press the space bar. Okay. Oh, it changed to a different costume. Did you all notice that? I'm going to
Yes,
check.
ma'am.
Yes. Yes. You have a question?
Ma'am, can you do it again, please?
Yeah, sure. Now, for this dragon, okay. Now, no, I can't find the original dragon, isn't it? Okay. Let's change to this. Okay. So this is a dragon. Okay. Now we'll move to the code area. Right. So I'm going to leave everything now. Now you see when the flag is clicked, right? When the flag button is clicked, so it will move. Let's make this one at least 20 steps. Okay, so it will move 10 steps and I can hear the sound. I hope that if you all also have included, that will happen, right? And if it touches the frog, of course, say hello, right? Okay, but now let's say in the event of different event, the event is when the space bar is pressed, when the space key is, you don't have to have it space bar, right? You can select, see, up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow, any A, B, C, all the key, the whole, not all the keys on the keyboard, but some of them are here. So you can select whatever you want. I'm going to just select the space bar right now. So I hope that you can remember that I mentioned that when we are building blocks, right, in Scratch, so when we select one sprite, it works for the sprite only, right? So dragon is here. So I'm going to do this for the dragon. When the space bar is pressed, I want the dragon's costume to be changed. Let's have a look. What are the about the costumes the dragon got? There are 3 costumes. See, okay. This is one look. This is the second look. This is the third look. Okay. Now we have originally this look. Are you okay with it? Now what I want to do is when the space bar is pressed, I want it to change the look. So look is of course goes with this now. The costume. You can get it from the looks blocks, right? Okay. Now I'm going to press the flag again. And I'm going to show you that the costume won't change. Costume won't change. It will not change. Only because this block is activated. This block. I hope you can see what I'm pointing at. This block is activated now because I clicked on the flag button. But now I'm going to click on the space bar. Okay, you can't see that I'm pressing the space bar, but I'm going to press the space bar. Right? Okay, did you see the now? Did you notice the costume has changed now? I changed to the other one. I'm pressing the space bar again. Are we okay with this? The one who asked the question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, right. Okay, so I think if all of you all are here with me now, we can start doing another project, right? Now, so first of all, I'll show you the project that I have worked before. I have created one project. It's a very small one. I'll show you that and we'll get together. You all also do while I explain here. You all also try to do it, right? Then I think you will be like, you will get most probably enough information to work on your own. Then you can, because this is of course a skill that you have to improve, right? This is programming is a skill. So you have to practice to improve the skill. You have to practice, right? Now I will show you. So I'm going to, I can just save this one. Save now. Okay, the project is saved. I'm going to get one of my old stuff, right? So I go to my stuff Gonna get the ocean copy. So just run it and show you. Okay. Did anyone notice what's happening on the, actually the backdrop is not changing, right? Let's run this one again and see. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll give you a hint. Just look at this puffer. Okay. Oh no, I think it's better this jellyfish. Okay. Let's start. Jellyfish. Did you all notice the jellyfish color changed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and now again the costume changed. It's a very simple thing that with the knowledge that you got earlier, you can build this one. Okay. Okay. Let me first, so we will try to build this small project, right? Now about this pufferfish. Anyone got an idea about the pufferfish? I also don't know much, but what I know is it's a very poisonous creature, right? So let's create this backdrop. This one. I want to get the ocean one. Shall we all do it together? You're with me, right? You all are?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So get the ocean backdrop. Underwater actually, sorry. So underwater backdrop. I'm going to add two. So, right. Let's add the pufferfish. I want some more to make it look nicer. You can use this as well. Good. Jellyfish, of course. So you all can start changing the size of it. Okay, I can't find that other fish that I was yellow color. That's okay. Going to change the sizes of these, starting from pufferfish. So the pufferfish is a very poisonous creature. So let's get the pufferfish size. I'm going to change the positions of this, okay? Of the sprites. So let's. Okay, so I have positioned everything, but now we'll start programming one by one. So I'll first start with the easy ones, right? The fish is one. I want it to move. Actually, this fish should swim. And we'll try to get it done. Let's say on the event of the flag clicked or whatever that you would, right? Okay, so now this fish, we want it to swim, right? We want it to swim forever. So okay, what we can do is, there is a forever block here, because we don't want it to stop now, so we'll have it forever, right? So I'm going to take this one step by step. See, like if I just put it here, we'll see what happens, but this is not the perfect one. That's why I want you to first check on this, right? So I'm going to say forever move on one step. And if this fish reaches this edge, we want it to bounce, isn't it? So we'll first see what if I just click on this. So it moves, just move one step. But because it's forever, it's moving. And then, see, because we didn't mention what to do if it, if the fish touches the edge. So what we're going to do here is we have, see, if on edge bounce. Okay, now did you all notice something? Okay, have a look at it. Okay, now when it touches this edge, what happened? Can anyone tell me? Is it correct?
It turns.
Is this correct? Or you think it should? Okay, now note it now. Okay, what happened?
It is turning upside down.
Yes, so we need to change the rotation style. There is one on the move. Yeah, motion blocks. See, set rotation style. Let's try to see the rotational style. Okay. Stop this. Set rotational style. Don't rotate. We'll see whether it will work. It won't rotate, right? So, okay, let's see when it touches the other end, what will happen. See, don't rotate, it won't rotate, right? But we want it to rotate. So let's see if it. So, so you'll have to try with different blocks and see. So it turns all around, right? So what the best that we can do here. Now it's good, right? When the rotation style is left to right. Okay, watch now. This is fine, right? It's rotating properly. So you can apply the same thing to other fish as well. This is okay. So you can do it for this yellow color fish. I think I don't have to do it, right? Then change the, I'm going to code for the puffer fish. So the puffer fish, let's say, okay. Right? So we can have, when it comes to the edge, same thing like what we did earlier. Moving 10 steps, that's very fast. Right? Okay, so can all of y'all program for these, for the puffer fish and the two other fish? I'll give you 2 minutes, right? After you code for the fish, two fish and for the puffer fish, let's do it for the jellyfish. Now we'll think about the logic here for the jellyfish before you code, okay? When the pufferfish touch the jellyfish, or when it comes near, in the project that I showed, this jellyfish was like white color. Then when it met this pufferfish, it changed the color. Now it won't happen because we didn't code for the jellyfish. But what should actually happen in that project is that it needs to move, right? And change the costume. Right, so I'll give you 2 minutes. Try to get this backdrop and the fish moving in the correct way. And in 2 minutes, we'll start doing the coding for the jellyfish. Okay? Are we okay with it? I'll give you 2 minutes, okay?
Rukshima. Rukshima.
Yeah, yes, Dr. Nali.
No, so compared to the Scratch projects they have to do for the course, you have probably gone about 1 or 2 projects worth of things, right? Is that correct?
Actually, this type of project is, you don't have to do this much, right? But
yeah, no, I was just wondering, so how much more do you plan to do now? Because
just maybe for like another, I have to program for the jellyfish. It
right.
will, yeah.
Okay, no, you finish what you're doing and then we will give them a chance to ask questions in single hand. I mean, if they want to.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. No, just if I'm not actually physically, available, just give me a call.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I'm close to the computer. Right. No, carry on. I think for the 130 odd who are here, of course, this is extremely useful. And I'm afraid while they're doing the work, we can say, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot about this 300. So if possible, we should do this again and limit it to all the people who have not yet started. Now we keep the recording of this, but if there maybe another quick session, maybe a bit faster than this, to get the rest of them started, we'll have to do. I'm really sorry. I somehow thought I also had 1,000. I didn't expect this to be a problem. So many people who have already started came.
Yes.
They blocked out all the others. So we are missing still some 250 of those.
Mhm.
So we'll have to do something for that. Right. No, carry on, please. Thank you.
Okay, definitely.
And I think Ahal is also on standby for those other sessions.
Mm.
For the language sessions. Yeah.
Okay, definitely. Okay, so I hope that you were successful in getting the fish swim. Any comments? Are we okay with this? Okay, so we'll start for this, what do you call this, jellyfish, okay? So I'm going to start with the event when the flag is clicked, because our project is going to start when the flag is when we are going to click this flag button, okay? When it is clicked, we want, like, what actually should happen when the jellyfish touch the pufferfish? The jellyfish should actually move to a different position, isn't it? That is the logic. Right? Right? So how we are going to do that? Let's okay. So I'm going to get a control structure if, right? Okay, I forgot to tell you one thing. Now, when we use if, that means we are doing a selection, no? If, so in this case also, if pufferfish, if this jellyfish touches the pufferfish, then jellyfish should move. So that is selection. But you noticed earlier that I used forever block. Now that's a repetition. Forever something should happen. Now in this case, the fish should, like the fish swim forever. Okay. Right, we'll get the jellyfish now. If or the sensing. So we have to sense now. If touching what? The jellyfish touch the pufferfish, isn't it? So we'll get touching. If touching pufferfish. If touching pufferfish, I want the jellyfish to move to a different place. Now, if I use just move 10 steps. Let's do it like this. If touching pufferfish, move 10 steps. Let's see what happens. It just moves 10 steps, right? But pufferfish is around, right? Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, the pufferfish is actually very dangerous, right? Poisonous. So the jellyfish should be scared and actually should move away. So without using a block like move, there are other motion blocks that we can use in such a case like this. Glide. Okay. 10 seconds. We can give a position, or we can give, let's say, random position, or this is like the position, right? We can use another block. Sorry, I think this is better. I feel. It's not. It's okay. So it's not moving. Huh? Let me see what is the problem. When the flag is clipped, just 1 second. No, that's why it's not enough. Let's do some, we will change the costume and then move. Change the look. Let's see. Okay, so it changed, right? And it moved to this place. So here we can give the whatever the position we want, right? So X5 and Y41. We can, this is a good place, but I want to check the costumes. So the original, this jellyfish B. That's when it touches, we'll make it jellyfish turn to C. So we can change turn also. Let's say I want it to turn to 45 degrees, right? Then after it moves to one place, then I want it to change the costume again. We can use, I think I forgot. We can use these blocks as well. Let's add this one and see what will happen. Wait until this wait. Let's put it like wait 10 seconds. Right. Now, you must be wondering, how can we reset this one now? Like, you may have noticed that I always take it to this position and change the costume. You don't have to do it like that. We can program that, right? So let's see how we can program it. So resetting also you have to program in Scratch, right? Because I want now this to change to its original costume. So what I'm going to do is, then let's do this event. You can select any event, right? I'm just going to select when this sprite clicked. When this sprite is clicked, that means when I click on this jellyfish, I want it to, let's say, switch the costume to, is it jellyfish A? Yeah, A, right? I want to change to A, right? Let's see whether it works. Yes, it works, right? Then we can change we can give directions also to come here, come to this position again. So this is X is minus 77, sorry, negative 77, negative 140, for Y. Let's add that. Okay, so I'm going to say when I click on this sprite, switch the costume to jellyfish A and move this value to, oops, sorry. Okay. Okay. So let's say now it's going to this verse, right? X5 and 41. Now X5 and 41. See, correct, right? It went to X41 and it turned 45 degrees and switched the costume to jellyfish D, white. Now I want it to come back to this place. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to click on this. See, I can make this one the direction also I can give, right? So let's see, there is one, see, point in direction 90. Yeah, good. So I'm going to, see, got it? Now it's moving. Let's say it's into this place. It should turn now after it moves to this place. Yes, it turned. We can wait for a few seconds to see. Otherwise, if you didn't notice it. Okay. Right. Now watch carefully. It moves. Turned. I'm going to wait for 10 seconds and we'll switch the costume, hopefully to Jellyfish D. Yes. Okay. So were you all able to do this project, this small project with me? No? Any input? Any comment?
Yes, madam.
Okay, how did you find it? Is it hard? Is this hard?
Not really hard, madam, but once we get the hang of it, I think we can carry it on.
Yes. It's just you need to practice a little bit, right? Because first of all, you have to get familiar with different types of blocks. The environment, you need to get used to it, and after that, just drag and drop these blocks and see. But what you have to remember is, see, you have to first think about the logic. This is a programming language. Whether you are going to use a textual programming language or whether you're going to use a block-based programming language like this, doesn't matter. The logic you have to anyway think, right? You need to use your head and think, okay, so in this case, like, okay, touching the pufferfish, what to happen? What should happen? Right? Whether we are going to use just a sequence. Now, of course, this is a sequence, right? If we have, if it's a selection, if we have like repeat until some condition is met, right? Like repeat until the jellyfish turn to white color. So whatever, let's say the starfish should jump. You can program like that. Okay. Miss Aheli.
Okay.